prices. So what we want to focus on with our variable costing is equality. Like many companies creating a new pricing scheme, we look to our competitors, taxis, airport busing, and airport parking. Now, two of those competitors, airport parking and airport busing, are privately owned and therefore not regulated, and thus we won't be using them as a fair comparison. What we're going to look at is taxis. Now, in this table, you'll see a situation in where taxis take all of our projected riderships in 2017, our stable year. So we're going to apply 3 million of our riders to the taxi fares, and we're going to assume that 75% of riders will be riding from Union to Pearson, 15% will be riding from Bloor to Pearson, and 10% will be riding from Weston to Pearson, like the case estimates indicate. Now, what you can see from that is you can derive a percentage of the revenue that should be coming from each station. What we do with these revenues in this next table is we apply them to our break-even revenue of 2017, given the additional 5 million incurred in fixed costs. Now, as a group, we've come to the conclusion that these percentages are indeed accurate because they are fairly relative and close to the estimates of ridership projections. And so you will see the portion of revenue that comes from each station, and when you divide it by the amount of estimated riderships per route, you will get a rough estimate of a price, in which we polished to create 21.25 for Pearson Union, 20.25 from Bloor Pearson, and 14.25 from Weston Pearson. Now we can, if our new pricing scheme is in our simplified income statement, where we show total revenues, total costs, and our net income, which you can see is 8,000, an improvement from our 2017 given assumption 1. Now we know it's a small net income, but our company is not meant to maximize profits, we're here to service the people, but we do need to pay off our capital acquisitions. Now in the blue table at the bottom, you can see our comparisons with our competitors. As you can see, we are significantly less expensive than all of our competitors. We're less than half of taxi rates, and we're not even close to airport and express bus and airport parking. Now, the one thing you may be wondering is why exactly do we use 3 million in our projected ridership in calculating our new pricing scheme? Well, Tony here will explain to you how our new pricing scheme affects and is affected by the ridership projection. So the whole reason we want to assess the ridership estimations is because we want to balance the arguments between Exhibit 5 of the market polls and the Office of General Audit report claiming that there are many flaws to this estimation. Now, as a group, we've come to the conclusion that when we're weighing out the two arguments, market poll against the General Audit report, one, the Exhibit 5 is a market poll, and therefore it fluctuates within the years, while we're comparing it with cold, hard facts from the General Audit report. Now, some of the facts that have been stated there, after thoroughly reading through it, are stated in this slide. And so 10.3% of capture rate of the surface access